All right, guys, what's up? It's been a while. A few of you have reached out to me, which I think is bizarre. I appreciate you guys. I'm not sure exactly what the direction of this channel is going to look like. Honestly, I got so busy with everything that I'm working on. I'm like, shit, I just don't want to take the time to do the daily posts on this channel. I know I said I would, but I don't know, guy. I started feeling kind of weird. Like as I started to make more money, it's just and then like more people that I knew like found the channel and I'm like, oh god, I hate this. I don't know, but damn, I'm sweaty. It's so hot out. It's like 115 out. It's okay, 108, not bad. It's crazy. But anyway, here's just another check-in video. I'm stressing out. I'm struggling with a few things, so I want to just process it, put it out here, and start doing more content for the other channels. I think that's going to be a big thing for me. But let's just break it down, talk about where I'm at, and yeah. So pretty much going full time on the SMMA stuff. So that's cool. I wish it would just focus. Full time on that. I am still at Olive Garden technically, but I released a lot of my shifts. So SMMA, we're actually only at like 7,500 a month in ARR or MRR, monthly recurring revenue. So I thought I'd be closer to 10 by now, but we've got a lot of stuff has changed. So we're 75, about 1,500 from YouTube affiliate stuff. We'll just keep that. So what is that? 85, 9,000. And this has gone down, I think, since the last time I had a video. But anyway, actually, this might be down more now because I just canceled a client. But Olive Garden, I don't know. I'm releasing all my shifts there, but we're just gonna say 500 is a rough guesstimate. Okay, but what we're trying to do, my big goal right now is to get that to 20,000, and I'd like to do that by September. Well, not 20,000 K, just 20K. All right, that's what we're trying to do. 20K by September is like the big goal. But I'm getting a little stressed out right now because I've got a few clients at different price points that I don't know. Like, so for example, I had somebody last month pay me. He signed up at the beginning of the month, paid me, and then literally ghosted me. It's the most bizarre thing. I'm like, hey, cool. Fill out this, get on my calendar. We'll come out. I'll come film the content. We'll get everything going. Nothing. A week later, hey, don't forget, fill out the content. Nothing. Called a week later. I called. No, like just didn't answer or hung up, or like, because it only rang a few times. Like, what the fuck? And then same thing. Hey, don't forget, like it's been almost a month, and if I didn't hear from him in the month, I'm just gonna cancel the subscription. I don't know what to do. Anyway, right before the next billing cycle, because when they sign up, they're on reoccurring, and this guy I put on at like a low price plan that I'm not even offering anymore, and I did it because he's in networking groups and put it out there, put him on, cool, whatever, and nothing. And then at the beginning of the month, he's like, oh hey, or a week ago, a few days ago, hey, just got back from vacation. He was only gone for a week, so I don't know, he's ghosted me these other weeks, but whatever. I'm ready to get going, like let's start in July. And I'm like, cool, let's start in July, because I don't have to cancel it, I don't have to refund you, like let's get started in July, let's go. And then his bill happened at the beginning of the month, a couple days ago, and he texted me, he was like, hey, oh wait, when he said let's get started in July, I was like, cool, do we need to sit down again and like, iron out details, or are you good if we just start filming? Because that's something I'm starting to figure out maybe I need to do better at. But anyway, didn't hear anything. And then like a day later, 2 days later, hey, why did you charge me? I said, let's get started in July. And I was like, okay, it's like a subscription. So like you're going to get billed continuously every month, right? That's how subscriptions work. And it's a little bit bamboozling. And that's what I was like. I was like, that's why I was a little confused why you went literally a month without talking to me. Like, why you paid me and then went a month. Anyway, whatever. So then I was like, but anyway, here's what I'll do. I'll refund the last bill that came out. Just refund that, whatever. Let me know when you're ready to film. We'll film the content that you already paid for, and I'm just gonna cancel your subscription. Like, I'm not. I don't know. I fired him. I guess I don't want to work with him. He's terrible communication. It's gonna make my job hard. It's gonna make my work not good, and I just don't want to mess with it. So that happened, and then I had a call today with somebody that I talked to months ago. So the pricing plan I'm at now, like actually, let's talk about a few things. Um, is pretty much I'd moved from like a 500 option and a 1,000 option to like 650 and a 1,000, I think. At one point, like on month number 2, these were my options, and then I moved those. I got rid of the 650, and then I moved just the 1,000 up to 1,500. And I had somebody that I talked to when I was at this price point, and we were supposed to meet, and then she canceled. She said, "Hey, let's meet 1 month from now." It's like a whole ass month. And then like a few weeks in, I said, "Hey, by the way, like I just want to give you a heads up. My prices changed. I don't have that 650 plan, and I moved my prices up. So if that's out of budget, like I totally get it. I just wanted to give you the heads up. I'll still honor the 1,000, but I'm not offering the 650. So if it's out of budget, like let me know, so we don't waste each other's time." She said, "No, I still want to hear it out. I want to see if it's something that works for my business, and we'll see what happens." And I'm like, "Okay." And we sat down, we talked, blah, blah, blah. She said, "I'll let you know at the end of the week." Okay. At the end of the week, didn't hear anything. I texted her and I was like, "Hey, just checking in. Do you want to get going?" And then she said, "Oh, sorry, something happened. I'll get back to you. Like, I'll send a more detailed response at the end of the night." Okay. 3 days later, I finally heard from her. I'm like, wildly inconsistent. My price point now is like way over here because I'm doing a lot more. So this isn't even an option anymore. Definitely not this, but I still told her I would give her this price point. I'm way over here. Like the last thing I want to do is take this price point, but I said I would because I'm a good person, right? And so anyway, she texted me and was like, "Hey, do you want feedback or do you want like just a yes or a no?" And I was like, "Well, I like feedback, so hit me with the feedback." It's like a bajillion texts about essentially what I got from it is that she's a little put off that I moved my prices. And I mean, I guess I kind of get that, but also not really. Like we talked and then like a whole month and a half went by before we talked again. So it's like, of course things are going to change. You don't go back. Nike runs a sale. You don't go in there and said, "Hey, you had a sale last month and I want like, I want this old price." Like you don't do that. So I was super confused and frustrated about that because like it's just a big text and it's like part of me wants to break it apart and respond to each part, but part of me I'm just gonna ignore it. But one of the things is like I met this guy at these networking events, badass, total badass. He's a coach. He works with businesses. They're doing like 10 to 200 million. Has his own company with people who also do coaching. Right? It's crazy, and he has given me so much value, so much advice. I'm like I feel like I owe him money. So much advice. And in her text, she's like I would like to know what experience your coach has with coaching businesses because in my experience, it's not. A quote is good from the time you quote it to the time you guys actually sit down and talk about it. So like, I feel like she's just salty that I don't have the 650 a month plan anymore. I don't know, but like my coach charges a lot of money to coach businesses, a lot of money, and he's doing just fine. He sold his last company for 8 figures, so he's doing fine. So it's like I'm gonna listen to this guy and not really her, but it's like my ego. I get so fired up. I get like angry, dude, with that. So then, okay, so I'm just updating you guys on all the bullshit that's happened in the last little bit, and I just realized why this is a little bit. Oh God, why that's a little. Why it's like moved back is because it was zoomed in, and I like when it's zoomed in. Oh look, dude, the focus on this thing is so sick. I was gonna sell this Black Magic, but I don't think I am. I'm just gonna keep it as a webcam. I hate filming with it, but all right, good enough. So anyway, not good enough. All right, that's good. So anyway, now third thing, talk to this person again. Same thing, probably months ago when my prices were like at 1,000, 1,200, just way cheaper, and um, I don't know. She wanted examples, and I sent her examples, and I don't think that they were what she was looking for, and also I don't think she knows what she's looking for. But to be fair, the examples like aren't super specific for what she's doing. But anyway, messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm looking for social media. I've seen your posts, like, and your name's come up a lot, so I wanted to reach out." And I'm like, "Okay." And then we talked, and I was like, "Yo, this is the same person I talked 2 months ago." I don't think either of us knew that at first. But anyway, called and I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, da 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 da. And we talked a little bit, and then she's like trying to explain to me that my examples weren't different enough. And I was like, "Okay, so like, what does different mean? Like, help me understand what you're looking for." She couldn't really explain it. I'm like, "Do you want like dancing videos or what?" Like sarcastically, like, what is different? You're saying different, but like that's very vague. And so anyway, we're talking, and then she said something like, kind of took a jab, I think, at the price moving, and said something like, "Oh well, and you'd moved up the prices since last time we talked." And I was like, "Yeah, and the person I referred you still works with med spas. Like maybe that's a better connection for you. It's up to you. Like I literally don't really care." And then I was like, but, and then she took a jab about the price move. It felt like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't. But then I was like, yeah, and they moved up quite a bit since then, because I had to throttle the amount of people that are coming on because I can't handle everybody. And yeah, and they moved up a lot. And so now it's probably, might be out of budget for you anyway. And she got offended at that. And I guess I called her broke. I didn't mean to. And she's probably not. She's probably doing just fine. Like, and that really wasn't it. But it was like, if you're gonna nitpick apart $1,000 or $1,200, then 4 times that's probably quite a bit. But and maybe that's not even what she was doing. I don't know. I didn't really understand it. It was not a very productive phone call, in my opinion. She got mad and hung up on me when I said that. So there goes that lead, right out the window. But anyway, yesterday I was feeling super like discouraged just because I was just frustrated with everything. I'm like, God damn, I've just got these things coming up and things going on, and then I'm trying to sort through it and figure out what the best way to do these different things is, and I don't know what it is. I didn't get any new clients last month, none, but I have a lot of appointments set, so I know I'm gonna get one in the next few months. And like, I put this post out there, got a lot of interest, did a few phone calls, got 2 like verbal yeses who then changed their mind later. But what's going to happen now? So here's the master plan. I've been spending a lot of time networking, and that's pretty good, but it's not like, I'm not getting a lot of clients from networking. I'm getting a lot of clients from social media interest, and the networking helps validate that. Like, they help, if they comment on things, they help me get validation and send people my way, which is cool. But I'm going to go crazy with social media and just funnel everybody into a badass lead magnet that I created. It's super badass, and it's going to be a lot of work, so I have to really make sure I qualify the leads. But everyone's getting funneled into that lead magnet, where I'm going to give them some awesome advice, going to help them with their social media for a short amount of time, just pretty much like a social media audit, I guess you would say, but on steroids. So this is a badass lead magnet that I'm going to give everybody, and then it's going to push them over to my main offering, right, the done for you, or it's going to push them over to the do it yourself, which will just be like a online coaching program, $200 a month. They can get into it. And I'm kind of thinking about adding a go high level, like, I don't know, part to it. So like, maybe I can offer a free website with them with their social media, and they pay for hosting, and I do cheap, or I add the hosting onto this, or I include it in there, and then maybe I help them with like getting lead automation set up. Maybe I help them, I don't know. There's a lot of things I could do with the go high level integration, and even same with this, like if they're doing this much, maybe they get a discount on the website. But I don't know if I really want to build websites, like, maybe websites half off to 1,000, they pay this, they get coaching, they get all this, or maybe this goes to $497 and they get coaching, they get the SaaS aspect of it. I don't know if I want to build out the SaaS side, but I'm trying to figure all of that out. But what has been incredibly hard for me to do over the last month is figure out what this looks like, because what it seems like is like I go to this, I talk on social media, I do this, and then like sometimes I get appointments and talk to people, and then they go their different ways, they just disappear. And then I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? I'm not keeping track of any of this. I'm not converting. I just like, what the fuck? So I'm trying to figure out two things. Okay. My flywheel. I don't know if you guys understand the flywheel concept. It's in, I think it's in Good to Great. Incredible book, incredible concept. Like, what is the one thing that feeds everything else, right? So, like, if I have a system in place of converting everyone from my lead magnet, sitting down with everybody who ends up with the lead magnet. If I have a system for that, and from that I either downsell them or I try and sell them on the done for you service, and the ones that can't afford it I downsell to this service. If I do that, then this is the system that's already set up. And so then figuring out what that funnel is, or what that part of the flywheel is like, how am I getting people into this? How am I filling this up? And for me, what I'm thinking it's going to be is just an insane amount of, I guess, networking still. Oh my God. Anyway, insane amount of networking and insane amount of social media content. Okay. Because every time I network, I can say, hey, go do this with me. Okay. Every time I do social media, hey, go do this with me. Right. And then I'm getting them all into here where I can qualify and move them along the journey. But what it felt like before is it was like social media, networking, lead magnet, meeting, product, website, and everyone was just kind of like fucking Billy Bobbly bouncing around in there, and it's just a fucking disaster. This is what my business has looked like the last few months. I'm trying to make it look more like this, because isn't this beautiful? Money. And then watch this. Oh, they don't buy. They just pop right back over here to another lead magnet that I can have. Right? And now they're just back through there. Like, we're just constantly keeping these people in the machine, building the machine. That's what we're trying to do. And so I'm taking some time away from like getting really aggressive on the social. Like, with about 9,000 a month coming in, it's a lot better than what I was making a few months ago. I'm good. Like, my bases are covered, and it gives me the ability to really do two things. Figure out what this looks like and build it, and I can hold out. So like, now I'm really only I'm looking for the perfect client, someone who can afford what I'm offering, and then I can just give them amazing service. I've got the money coming in. I don't have to be super hungry. I don't have to take every small opportunity. Like, I could think of probably 4 or 5 people right now that I could say, hey, I'll do it for $1,000 a month and get them in. Like, I could do that. I know them. But I don't want to do that because I'm doing 4 times the work for the same amount of money. And so I want to hold off with where I'm at, refine this funnel, build this lead magnet, and build the content that gets people into that top of the funnel, right? So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm laser focused on right now. And and then the second thing, so that's the one thing. The second thing is figuring out how to deliver better results and better service for my clients. Because if I get somebody in at that higher price point, I want to make sure that they're getting the best results. And it's been really nice. The last month, I have one client who's absolutely crushing it. Like, their content's doing really good. They're super happy about it. Like, it's going good. And it's because they're following the system. And so here's the other thing is, like, I have a few clients in right now that are they're not following the system, and it's my bad because I'm letting them, like, hey, can you do this, or can we do it this way, or hey, I don't want to post this much, or I don't, and I'm like, okay, hold on. Like, I was thinking about it last night. I was like, wait, you hired me to do your social media, but then you're telling me how to do it. Like, oh, that's not how we're doing it. The clients that I have that are getting good results, here you go. just do it. And I'm like, cool, I'll just do it. Like across my two channels. The other thing is like I'm really good at YouTube. I'm less good at Instagram and TikTok and those things. So that's a fun fact. But on my YouTube, I've probably got like 400,000 views in the last 2 months, and that's again without posting. I have not posted, and so it's like, dude, I can get you guys results. I can get you guys shit without doing cringy TikTok dances. But you got to let me do it. That's the other thing. And so provide better service for my clients, get them all into the system. I've got the system pretty refined now. Film, plan, edit, post, schedule, get it out there. It's happening and it's pretty hands off, but they have to work the system. And so better results for clients and better funnel to get people in, make that follow up. And then it's a clear thing, right? Can you afford the done for you service? If yes, okay, let's get started. If no, cool. Why not? How do we get you there? I saw a video, the guy's like, look, you're offering them something that's going to help their business. They want what you offer. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point, right? And he's like, so when they say, oh, that's too much, like, don't take that personally. Take that as like, oh, that's too bad. Like, I was like, damn, that's a good point, right? It's like, if I want to buy a new camera because I think it's going to be better for me, I don't go to the camera place and I'm like, oh, like I want that one, but it's too much, right? I want it because I know it will help me, and I'm going to come up with the money to invest in it because it's an investment. And it should be the same way with this. It's like, hey, you give me this money, I run your social media accounts, I grow it organically, you don't have to fucking touch it. Oh, that's too much. Okay, well, what do we need to do to get you there so that that's in your marketing budget? Like, here's my program for $200 a month. Why don't you follow that for a few months, do it yourself, and get to that point where you're getting organic leads and you're like, wow, this is awesome. Now I want you to do it, right? So I have a clear cut. It's like, if this program's good for you, cool. If it's not good for you, let's get you there. Let me help you get there. Obviously, you don't get the done for you service because my time's worth money, but you can learn how I'm doing exactly what I'm doing, how I'm getting those results. You can get it for yourself, get to that price point where now you can hire me. And that's the framework I have to go, is like, if it's too cheap for them, it's like, okay, well, or if they can't afford it, okay, well, what do we need to do to get you there, right? How that sucks for you. That definitely sucks for you, that's too much. So what do we need to do to move you into that? How can I help your business get to that point so you have a $10,000 marketing budget? I was talking to people, thousands a day in marketing, and I'm like, holy shit. It's crazy. Like, once you start meeting people, like bigger players and people with money, like my whole belief on everything has changed so much. It's just been insane. So anyway, here is a check-in video. Here's what I'm working on. And yeah. I'll try and update a little bit more. I can't do daily video. I'm so stretched on time now, guys. But I do want to turn this on and just like do a video every so often and talk about what's going on, what I'm working on. If you guys have questions in the comments, maybe that's something I start doing, is like a weekly live stream. I'd be cool with that, is doing like weekly live stream. Hey, here's where I'm at. You guys got questions? Like, or maybe I'll have questions for you. That might be something we do. But anyway, wanted to make this video real quick. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh, not start streaming, stop recording.